Is it bad that it's gonna be literally at my back?
Just, you want to sit closer to this?
I'll sit in my middle.
Yep, I would get over cool.
Okay. Yep, that's yours.
We just don't.
Yes.
Yeah, we just got him. You went on another election results. Yep.
No, but Ryan.
So he's right there. He should know.
Okay, you ready?
Yes. Just, okay. I've had a chat thing from her.
All right, we're gonna go ahead and get started. It is 6:01. There's an attendance paper at this front table by Terry. I think everybody probably, if you haven't signed it, please do so before you leave. There are also copies of the October minutes. If anybody has any questions, wants to look over those. If not, somebody can make a motion to approve those.
Approve.
Okay.
Second.
Did somebody second?
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Full house tonight. Everyone's at home in bed at 9 o'clock.
6 p.m. bedtime. Okay. Anybody opposed? Anybody see any changes that need to be made to the October minutes? Okay. Those will be approved.
Good, because I ain't changing it.
No, I'm just kidding. Principal reports. She's enjoying. Oh yes. Well, I'll give you a second. There are biscuits and apple butter, and apple cider.
Honestly, we do not have anything new coming down the pike. We did have to reschedule picture day or picture retakes. And we just wanted to thank everybody, the amount of support last week for our staff and students. It just was very appreciated. Schools in our district are still outreaching their love. Today, North Harrison sent snacks, just to let all of the teachers of the high school know that they're thinking of them. So it's just been amazing to be a part of that. And so I know that it is just heavy on our hearts, but we just wanted to thank everybody. We do have retakes coming up. We were able to move the ELF wrap-up, so that's exciting. We were really worried about, I guess, your all's calendars and years prior. You had the ELF wrap-up was always on a Friday, but then you also had 2 days to do finals. Well, we had tried originally to meet at the beginning of the year, and the ELF wrap-up and everything was going to be on that last day with parties and I just didn't know how to fit the entire world into 6 hours. And so that didn't work for the final schedule either. So finals are actually going to be those last 2 days. The ELF wrap up has switched to Wednesday. So we will be able to schedule holiday parties now so that people can attend. So I know that that was a worry for everyone. It wasn't intentional. It was just us trying to figure out how to get all of those events in a 6 hour time. So we'll have more information for that coming up at the end. I think the Halloween parties, we had a great turnout. And so, I think that schedule kind of worked the best. And so we'll probably follow something similar to that. So thank you for your patience as we're moving through that. And then I just want to encourage you guys, any of the families to come out. Basketball season has started. We have a new tradition at the elementary. It's called Spirit Days. So our teachers are super excited to partake in Lanesville gear, on our home game days. But we really would just like to see, the presence of our students and staff members at the games is what we're trying to hopefully get encouraged. That's it. And then this is Sarah Smith. I think this is the first meeting she's been to. She's our assistant principal, but she is actually going to be over the glow knits. So she just wanted to make sure if you all had any questions or supervision or any of those issues, we just covered and we're here to support you guys.
Treasurer report.
All right. It's nowhere near as exciting as last month, where we spent all the money on holiday shop.
No, take that.
Oh, did you?
Yeah. It was me, burning the card. It was fun. The starting balance was $3,906.68. We paid out one check for the childcare for the meeting last week, so we'll pay that out again tonight. I had one reimbursement check for holiday shop items to Mandy Jacobs. We had a few purchases for the glow dance, so like snacks from Sam's Club and a couple of Amazon purchases of glow in the dark items. We also did a quick last minute hydration station for the teachers on their anything but a cup day last week or 2 weeks ago when they did their little secret teacher spirit week. So we just kind of dropped off some stuff for them to fill their nothing but a cup with. We also sent flowers to the funeral home, so that came out. And then we made a $623.25 deposit for the boograms. So we made $648.40 on the boograms, which I think was a huge success. You all have some great ideas, Miss Tori. And then so far the glow dance is sitting at roughly $450 that they've spent of their $750 budget, but I anticipate about $200 already in reimbursement checks to go out to some of the committee members. So that puts us about $650 of the $750 budget. So it looks like we should come in just fine on that. And then I think we need to go do one last shopping day for holiday shop to round up about 1,000 more items. Then I think we're good. So our ending balance is $4,202.70.
We did not have any funds requests this month. Boogram final tally we heard was $648. Kara, do you remember your number from high school?
54.
50.
54.
Yeah.
So high school
54.
was not as big of a hit.
We're not the breadwinners this time.
How many did you do? I don't know if I can do that math, but
A lot.
a lot.
But
you did an
I was
awesome
gonna
job.
say with the candy purchases,
Yeah.
I'd say over 700. Yeah.
Yeah.
It was a lot.
But
I
it
don't
was
think
great.
the high school knew because a lot of the kids were like, "What is this? How cool!" So maybe you need to
We'll teach
rethink
them
how that
To look at their
we
emails.
read their emails. Yeah,
That or we just don't include them.
I need to hang a flyer or something.
I
don't
think
know.
they would love
Well,
it. I mean, I know they did. The ones that did it loved it.
I know you all expressed a worry about like some people being left out and stuff. Overall, like when you were in the classes, did you notice kids that did or didn't? Like, was it a worry or did it end up being okay? We didn't hear anything about it.
There were
Online.
several parents who would send in
Like,
like a
the whole
$20
class?
bill and be
Okay.
like, oh, hey,
Yeah,
just whoever
that's
doesn't
awesome.
have
Okay.
one, send one in. There was a couple parents that was like, oh, I want to send one, like my son
Mhm.
wants to send one to the whole class,
Yeah.
which was super sweet.
Yeah.
So there were a lot of parents who would send in extra.
I knew we were, everybody was just kind of had their hearts out there, so I just wanted to double check.
And this happens a lot with the holiday shop and a lot of different things. And parents will send in $40, 20 for people who don't or
Yes.
forgot, and then 20 for their own kid.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
And it was no longer a worry in high school because very few got them. So.
They all got called down to the office individually.
Oh yes, and then because of the schedule change,
Yes.
they were handing them out on Fridays, and there was no homeroom.
Right.
So I had them all bundled up into homerooms, and then that didn't work out. So
It's okay. Learning. There's learning curve.
Will you all do that again for Valentine's? Will there be Valentine's games?
We have not
We
discussed
we
it.
haven't gotten that far.
would anyone
We
like to do
volunteer
every year?
last minute, so
They
they
could do it.
didn't
what I
do
was
it last
Well,
year.
student
Because they
council
used to.
used to do it, but no, they did not do it last year because they said it was not, like, they didn't make any money off of it.
I mean, our proof was in the pudding. I feel like if we want to, I'm game to head that as well.
Something like Cupid something.
Right.
Or airheads, because
No, like, instead of a boogram, can we call it like a
Oh.
Cupid?
oh yes, but still airheads.
Yes, you're still gonna get an airhead because it's
Still
the
gonna get
cheapest
an
thing
airhead.
for us to give you. Okay, so upcoming events. So the Spirit Wear store is open. You should have gotten a flyer in your kid's purple folder or in your mailbox or seen it on the Facebook page. The Spirit Wear store will close November 15th. There's no like, hey, I have a late order. He just closes the store and that is it. So if you have not made a purchase yet, I'll kind of explain to you how you can do it. If you are wanting to get like items for Christmas, and you don't want your kids to see or whatever, when you go through your ordering process, it will say delivery, and you're going to have to pick a drop down box. And so when you click on the drop down box, the first option will say Christmas order, deliver to office. And then so if you bought your kid a sweatshirt and you don't want them to know, just pick that. Your order will be delivered to the office, and then we'll figure out how to get it to you. Otherwise, you can pick your kid's teacher, and then you put your kid's student's name in, and it'll
I
come
thought
home
it
with it.
showed delivered to home and delivered to classroom.
No, I think they all come to the classroom.
You mean they all come to school?
Yes, they would all come to school.
I think you're right. I ordered today a sweatshirt.
It
and
did say
the
deliver
to
home?
drop, the first drop down says deliver to school or deliver to home. And then I clicked on deliver to
Oh,
school, and then
okay.
I didn't have a homeroom teacher. And so
Yes.
then I just did the deliver to office for
Yeah.
today. But I think there was one screen right
So is there an
before.
additional fee to?
I didn't.
I don't know. He
want to
didn't
know.
even tell me
Sorry.
that was going to be an option.
We can look
Oh.
at it.
QR code.
I put myself in the cart too, but I haven't checked out yet. So.
We'll look into it.
Friday, we do have a parent perk up, November 8th at Starlight. We're going to go back to the Starlight Coffee in Georgetown. And this month, we will be treating our high school teachers to a coffee. Saturday, we have the junior high glow dance. Yay! November 9th, 7 to 9:30. The 7 to 9.
Nice.
Sorry, I did not change it on my copy. Your copy should be correct. 7 to 9. The Sign Up Genius has been out, and we have lots of helpers. We could still, obviously, if anybody still wants to help, absolutely, we will still take you. Your background check must be on file to come in and help do that. Anything else to say on that?
Well,
What do you
while
want
you're here,
Mhm.
we were just talking about, are we good to not have them
to sign out?
Like obviously adults will be outside when they get
Yes, we
dismissed.
will
They
be. At
cannot
9 p.m.
leave.
We will not let anybody leave early,
Yeah.
but
Like at the end of the night,
they can just go.
kind of like when, I know like at basketball practice, they kind of just release them. We'll make sure no one walks off.
Yeah, all
No
of us will be out
walkers.
there.
We didn't sign up junior dances.
Yeah.
We didn't think so.
That's
but
what I
wanted
said
to
too. I
make
was like,
sure that
not
we were
very,
But we
doing.
did
Like,
always put a
Okay.
time that you're not letting kids back in. Because the kids
But we're not letting anybody out unless a
but
parent.
like at 7:30 you're not gonna let anybody else in because kids
Oh,
float in and out. Like you have to be very careful. Like so we always had a set, like if it was 6 to 8, nobody gets in past 6:30. That gave them a 30-minute grace time.
Oh.
Like there was just because we had issues with kids doing things and then showing up late, and so that's something to think about.
And to keep the door secure.
And
so
keep
that-
the door
Yeah.
secure so then I can lock the door at that time, and then you're no longer
oh, very cool.
because I need to be a little bit of everywhere, not just
Yeah.
standing right at the door. So
We do plan to have parents in the gym and then also out both exits because
Mhm.
there's bathrooms on both exits,
Correct.
having parents there to make sure that when
Yes.
kids go out to the bathroom, they go
To the
back
bathroom
into
and
the
back
gym.
and back in.
Not
But-
trade
Yeah.
secret.
I mean, so like really, it could be 7:45. You could give a 30-45 minute grace period. Traffic not getting there on time, but
There's
we
not a
probably
ton
should
of
think
traffic.
about.
No, Judge.
I know, that's what I think, but I would think 7:30 would be enough.
Yeah.
Then we can lock that.
season.
Are they gonna come in the elementary doors then? Where are they coming?
You
in?
tell us which you prefer, and then we can make a post tonight
We'll
saying
make it
if you
known.
come in
Yeah.
this door, the doors will be locked at this time. You cannot leave.
April, what door do you think they should come in?
Going to the elementary.
Gym.
Yeah.
elementary gym.
Because they're gonna make a post about what door your child can be dropped off at. Just like it would be a car rider line.
You're not doing concessions out of the concession
No.
stand or anything right there, so I mean, I think-
Everything is in the gym.
I think that the elementary door would
That's what I was thinking.
be, the elementary door or even the Boone Barnacle Wheeler door.
Oh, yeah, the back door.
Go to the bus room.
The back.
The bus
West
door.
door, as Mr. Barnacle
The
called it,
west
and I said
door.
only a
The
man
bus door.
Yeah.
Would describe
The
it as
bus door.
the west door.
I feel like
Yeah.
we're not gonna get the word out to everybody, so then
It'll be
Walking
yeah,
around.
so the-
We'll do the elementary.
Yeah, the elementary, because then you can put some like balloons or something cheap, like
Yeah.
down the thing, so, or even some like, because it'll be dark.
Yeah.
To make it
I mean,
obvious.
so like,
right.
some like little glow thingies out there maybe. Yeah, front door.
That
And
works
then
for
I
me.
would just suggest shutting those doors to the high school side.
I will.
you know,
I'll go shut the
whatever.
doors.
Okay, car rider dress up. The next one coming up is November 26th. Thanksgiving food is the theme.
When is the 80th day? It's after. It's in December.
Yeah.
80th day. Yeah, it's
December like 8th
Yeah.
or 9th,
Well, yeah.
Here somewhere.
somewhere in there.
Okay. I was just making sure it wasn't before that one.
December
No.
6th.
Okay.
You were on it.
Yeah, it was
December
6th. I had to move back to
Darn.
it.
She's
Yeah.
studying.
Okay, so fundraiser night reminder. So next week we have Wednesday, November 13th, 5 to 8 p.m. at Zaxby's in Cordon. And then Monday, the next Monday, November 18th, from 5 to 8 p.m. at White Castle in Cordon.
Flyers too. I need to go get
I was
those.
gonna ask, do we need to distribute anything?
I don't have anything for Zaxby's. The guy didn't really say anything. But I have flyers that I need to go pick up from White Castle.
Okay.
The manager there, her name is Bonnie, and she's so sweet. But I gotta go get those probably tomorrow. Okay, so we can disperse those.
Did you see from Mrs. Dye saying that some student council
Yes.
members, I don't know if we want to
Do
reach
we-
out,
Yeah,
and
that'd be a good idea.
see if she wants to schedule some, so she has time to. do
So at the
that.
White Castle, at what they're talking about is the White Castle, we are required to have like helpers there. And so we had talked about, Ms. Dye reached out and said, you know, that might be something that the student council would even get involved with helping.
And that's also, we're hosting 11 schools that night for the Spell Bowl.
Spell
here.
Bowl.
Yes.
So several of us will be part of that night too.
That is all I have. What, do we want to talk about the scholarship fund donation? Okay, so we had a conversation amongst the board about, you know, do we send flowers? Do we donate to the Lena Scholarship Fund? They have been active in the PTSO. Like, obviously, she's a very cared for student. And so somebody suggested like we could take the proceeds of the Boograms and donate that to the scholarship fund. We wanted to bring it to you all. We don't know how to proceed. We've not ever had to do this before. Hopefully we will never experience it again. But we all are always, I think, very careful about setting a precedent. You know, what we do for one, we try to do for everybody. So does anybody have any thoughts, concerns, recommendations,
So we did send a small flower.
arrangements?
Yes.
Yeah.
Just to put it in perspective, I believe that we sent a lantern, you know,
We did.
and we also, as a district, donated $100 to the scholarship fund, just to give you, you know, something to compare. I believe that, right?
Yes.
So something like that would be a good precedent, that like $100 donation or.
Yeah.
Right, and
Something
we're
like-
totally open to that. I think when we actually had the discussion, we didn't even know what our proceeds would be
No.
from the Boogram.
Yeah.
So, we were just trying to throw out, you know, like,
I think $100 is good, because isn't that the value that you all can do without
Yeah,
approval?
so that if
It
it comes
is.
up again,
Yeah.
then we
So
can
then
just
we just
continue
do
to
it.
Just do it without approval, because I think.
Right.
It's a nice amount.
Yeah. It is a nice amount, and like I said, we hope that we never encounter it again.
Yes,
Okay, will someone make a motion on that then?
I'll make the motion to start
Terry,
at $100.
motion.
A second.
Okay, all those in favor of $100 donation to the scholarship fund? Anyone opposed? All right, motion passes.
I'll make it this week.
Thank you. Do you have a QR?
I'm sure I have it.
Okay. That is all I have tonight. Does anybody else have anything?
Quick thing
Yeah.
about the holiday shop, do we have the sign-up sheet set up for that, for volunteers yet?
Not yet.
No.
We were gonna wait till after the dance. So there's only so many signups.
That's fine, I'm just good on
Do we
my
have
Yes.
schedule?
to-do
Absolutely.
list,
We-
and I
we
don't
gotta
have
work on that,
that
yeah.
capability, so.
Yeah.
And I've been asked about it, so.
Okay.
We will push it out soon. We're gonna
Before
try and get this
Thanksgiving.
dance done.
We're gonna build it, like,
Yeah.
yes, next week.
Next week,
Okay.
No, that's the schedule.
Both.
We are
We're
working
gonna
on
work on
that
that
too.
too.
Yeah, we're gonna get
work on
the,
that with you and then get that out
Yeah.
to, so we have parents to come in during those
Yes.
times.
The only thing we'll have to work around is
The alfalfa arms.
yes.
Anything else? Thank you. We will adjourn at 6:21. I appreciate you.
Faster.
Yeah.
These are some quick meetings.